Hi, welcome to my channel, Victoria here. In today's video I am in Berlin, but the video is staged in Vienna. We are going secondhand shopping, particularly to two stores of the Caritas, which are the so-called Carla stores. And there are two main stores in Vienna, which we'll hear about in this video. And there is also a pop-up store for a short period of time currently available, so check it out after my video. All the details about these specific stores are available in this video and the description box below. I really like secondhand shopping, and from the very beginning when I moved to Vienna, Carla was one of the first stores that I visited, and I go back every at least 6 months, I would say, just to check what they have. They have furniture, books, household items, clothes, anything that you need if you move to a new place. For example, if you just moved to Vienna, then you need to furnish an apartment. Carla is a good place to go to for some pieces of furniture for a more reasonable price than in furniture stores, and maybe you even get better quality products. It's also a good place to go vintage and antique shopping. They definitely have porcelains, ceramics, vases, home decor, but also if you need to equip your kitchen, you can probably find almost anything that you might need in a kitchen. They definitely have electronics, lighting, stuff like that. Although currently Carla Mittersteig, which is one of the main stores in the 5th district, is under construction, and I believe it impacts especially the electronics or electronic equipment, but normally that's also available. Lighting, bed frames, couches, wardrobes, shelves, bookshelves, they are all available there. Or if you want to buy clothing, also children's clothes or children's toys and games, even bicycles sometimes, I believe. They are all available in this secondhand store. It's like a Goodwill in the US, similar to that, I would say, or the stores of Salvation Army. So I could compare these Carla stores to those. And of course, if you have any donations, it's also a good place to bring your stuff, and they will try to resell it, and this way you give back to the community and you also support a good cause, rather than just throwing things out or putting clothes into the donation boxes around the city where they actually might end up in a location thrown out or end up in Africa and on landfill. Rather give it to Carla, and then they can try to resell it and maybe give a second life to your items. So let's jump right into this video. First we are going to the pop-up store, and then we are going to Carla Mittersteig. And then at the end of this video there is also a haul, so stay with me until then to see what are the treasures that I bought this time around in these two stores. I'm an expert in Vienna. I have lived here for over 3 years, and I will bring you as much information about the city as possible in my future videos, so subscribe and hit the like button. I hope to see you at my next videos. Let's go to Carla. First up in today's video, I would like to show you the Carla pop-up store, which is available on Mariahilferstraße in the heart of the city center in the 6th district until the end of September 2023. Carla normally has two stores in Vienna, both of which are pretty big and have a wide variety of items that you can purchase there. And this pop-up store has been open just for this half a year on Mariahilferstraße. Not sure exactly what the purpose of it is, but it's more accessible probably for many people than Carla Nord, for example, which is on the north side of the city, obviously. And there is also Carla Mittersteig, where we will go in a bit in this video, so keep watching. So as you can see, you can buy kids' toys in this store, you can buy books, you can buy clothing and accessories for a kilo price. You can also bring your donations here and hand them in. Donations, obviously, they don't pay for whatever you bring there, but if you do some decluttering, or if you have clothes that you don't use anymore, or even furniture or kids' toys or homeware, which you can also obviously buy, even electronics, which still function, of course, then you can submit them at the Spendenabgabe section, which can be found in the back room. There are two main areas in this store that I have been to. The main area, which enters directly from Mariahilferstrasse, which has only clothes and maybe a few pieces of furniture. And then in the back you have more clothes and all these other things that you can see here. Also the Spendenabgabe, so the donation place is here. On my way to Carla, and I'm taking a huge bag of stuff, full of stuff that I'm donating. These are mostly clothes. There is this one bag, and most of them are clothes from my latest declutter, and I'm gonna take them there, and then we're gonna look around. So Carla Mittersteig is in the 5th district. It is a vast store of everything that you can imagine. They also have a donation location here, which closes half an hour before the closing time of the store every day. So the store is open until 6 on weekdays and until 3 on Saturday, and you can bring donations until half an hour before closing time. So when I went there, I wanted to take a look at mostly some of the furniture and the household items, and I found this cute table that would require a little bit of restoration. Then I also looked at some art. I found this hand-drawn art of the St. Stephen's Dome. I actually found two of these pieces of art hand-signed by the artist. They have quite nice vintage and antique furniture, to be fair. They are quite fairly priced as well. And then they had these beautiful lamps. I have found 3 pairs of these lamps, each 250 euros, unfortunately, which is a bit out of my budget. Plus, in my apartment, such a huge lamp doesn't really fit in my tiny little apartment. However, I was tempted because this little armchair is very cute. I really liked it. This is something that I was also looking at in IKEA to buy, but yet again, my little apartment doesn't really have space, so I was looking at the furniture, but I didn't buy anything, or it was also not my intention. I just wanted to show you guys that you can buy these beauties here. As I mentioned, these are fairly priced. There are definitely cheap furniture pieces in this place as well, but those are towards the back, so you would have to walk past the household items, past the furniture, which is a bit more vintage / antique, and past the bookshelves, and then there will be the area for the cheap furniture. Then I was looking at the household items. As you could see, I already had a few things in my little basket. Not very little, it was a whole trolley that I took. This piece, for example, I bought, it was €5.50, and I found something very similar online in a different color scheme for €57. So apparently it's worth way more. You can find some rare things here that maybe they didn't quite price very fairly, in the sense that they underpriced them. Normally valuable, very valuable vintage and antique things, they are definitely higher priced, and they are also more securely stored than just these basic household items. However, I believe if my finds are accurate, then I might have found a few things which they kind of missed when they reviewed them, as being more valuable than what they price them for. Of course, the point of this story is not to try to sell them like as an antique store for profit. It's rather for a good cause, for the Caritas. So whatever you buy here and whatever you donate here will support the activities of Caritas. But you can definitely buy some nice things, some beautiful art pieces, even with the frames, or some more valuable things. And if you are into books, there are definitely English books, a whole row of English books in different types of genres, but there are a lot of German books. If you are learning German, this is a good way to buy books. You can also buy children's books. There are also other languages that you can find. I have definitely found previously Hungarian language books written in Hungarian language, and now that there are a lot of Ukrainians in the city, I'm sure there are a lot of Ukrainian, Russian, Polish and other European languages as well available. I used to buy a lot of books in Carla before as well, since I moved here, because usually I can buy the English books for 2-3 euros, or any books for 2-3 euros, which if you want to buy new, let's say in Thalia, which is the most famous bookstore in Austria, you would pay at least 10 to 15 euros for the same book. So it's definitely worth it to take a look. I found already a lot of Ken Follett books, for example, here, Dan Brown books, but also other recent editions, not necessarily the newest ones, but still it's a good way to save some money. Then of course on furniture, if you need to furnish your apartment, some of the things are not in a perfect condition, might require some work, so you can also find some projects. But for example, this IKEA bed frame was 100 euros if I remember correctly. No, only 59 euros, so you can definitely save some money, of course, depending on how much time you have to furnish your apartment, and if you can take your time to look around rather than go to IKEA, but shop around. And then of course there are clothes. I definitely have bought clothes here before. As for the pricing, this is not a kilo price store. This is every item is priced by itself, and there are two areas in the clothes department. One area is a bit more higher quality products and higher priced, even vintage. The shoes are also in that area, look quite new, barely worn, and a bit higher priced for secondhand, especially if you consider that it's secondhand. You can still pay 30-40 euros for a piece of clothing, while there is this other side of the store where they have the way cheaper clothes, not so well or pretty presented, but if you look through them you can still find some nice things. I definitely have purchased things here before. Today's focus was not the clothing or the books, so I just wanted to show you, but this is not where I bought my things this time around. And yeah, we are getting close to the end of the footage, so I'm gonna switch to the haul and I'm gonna show you what I got and how much I paid for each. So let me just show you what I got in the second-hand store of Carla Mittersteig, which is the Caritas' second-hand store. There are two of them in Vienna, one in the city center or in the 4th district, which is called the Mittersteig, and there is another one, Carla Nord, which is on the north, obviously, which is quite far from me, but I've been there also a few times, and I might take you there sometime in the future. And there is also currently a pop-up store on the Mariagelferstrasse, the shopping street of Vienna, and I have been there just a few weeks ago. At that time, that was not my intention to go there. I just saw it and I entered and I took some shots, took some videos, but I didn't buy anything. I was just not in the mood for secondhand shopping at that time. But today I was very much in the mood. I spent 2 hours in Carla Mittersteig browsing Mostly the pottery, the ceramics, and the homeware section. A little bit the books, but I was just not in the mood for books today somehow. But usually that's the one thing that I almost always find, because their books are 2-3 euros secondhand, and they have an English section. And then I went to also the clothes section, but it was very late. It was 50 minutes until closing when I went there, so I didn't really have time to look around. So I was just browsing it a little bit, taking some videos, but I didn't buy anything. So I was focusing on the home decor and homeware section, obviously, and I got a few things. So I'm just gonna show you what I got. I just got a 60 or 70 euro cent tin can. I think it was a candle before because it smells very strongly. It's a very strong, sweet smell. This is just to hold my solid shampoo bars or solid conditioner. It's probably still a bit too small for the size of the bars that I have, so I will have to cut them and be able to put them into this box. I got it for traveling because I'm going on a trip. Then I got a Christmas decoration sledge for 3.50 euros. Yeah, I really got inspired by this. As I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I can get some kind of a figurine to go on top and use it as a decoration in my apartment or in Hungary when I go home for Christmas in December. So until December, I'm hoping to find something to put on top. Or I can just put like even just a small Christmas tree, a small plant on top or something. I don't know yet, but I really liked it. And the decoration can get expensive, so I figured for 3.50 it's really worth it. And then I got this vase, which is, well, I did a bit of a digging and research of certain items that I got. And basically, this thing is a fat lava vase from Western Germany from the 60s, I believe. I found the same vase in a different color combination on sale, or it was already sold, for 57 euros, and I got this one for 5.50 euros. And it virtually looks the same as the one on the photo, except for the color combination. Basically it's a vintage vase from West Germany. So this is something that I got for myself to use, and I already am using it, obviously. Then I got a set of 7 of these plates, and these are from Belgium, also vintage. I also did some digging about these. These are Boch kimono plates. They are hand painted with black and brown tulips. It is also from the 60s, and I found them online being sold for like between 20 and 50 euros per piece, and I got them for 2.50 euros, and I got 7 of them. I'm thinking of trying to resell them. That's why I got them. So let's see. I will have to research it, of course, because I have never sold these kind of things. I mean, I could just try to sell it in Vienna, but I could probably get a better price for it if I try to sell it somehow internationally within Europe. So I will have to research that. But if anyone knows any more information about this, since it is a vintage piece and it might be a collector's item and hand painted and all that, I'm just wondering, how much it realistically would worth as a set of 7 or individually. Then I also got wine glasses, which I also researched a little bit. So these glasses, I got a set of 5 of them. They are apparently Römer glasses, so they are from Germany, or they are from the Theresienthal, and they are from the early 1900s. Let me try to show you from up close. So this is what really makes it unique, and how you can identify that it is a Römer glass. also the color. I have found a lot of different ones. This one doesn't have any molding or any motifs on the glass part, so the glass part is just clear. But of course, the more interesting part is the leg. Ooh, don't break anything. And so these also, since they are collector's pieces and they are antique, which means that they are over 100 years old, I have found them for very good prices, over 100 euros a set. So I'm thinking of trying to sell it. I got them each for 2 euros as well. So I paid 10 euros for the set of 10, for the set of 5. This pays for 2.5, I already told you, yes, okay. And then there was one last find, one last thing that I got, which is, it seems that it might be very, very valuable if it's true that what it is, if that's what it is. And I got these set of 4 plates. They look very old. They are porcelain, but they feel very unique. Almost like I was questioning, like, is this really porcelain or is it actually plastic? Because it's very light, way lighter than this one. But you can tell from the tear and wear that they are porcelain, so it's actually really porcelain. And from the back you can tell that it's really old, and you can see the producer, which is this Etruscan Feston company, which is a British company. And what I found that these are Etruscan Feston plates by William Ridgway, which were printed in different colors. They have pink, I found pink, yellow, and one more. Maybe it was black, the blue and black and pink and black, yes. So they are yellow and black, the one I have. They are very rare, apparently, and they are from the 1830s, from Staffordshire. Which means that if these are truly those plates from the 1830s, I got them for 2 euros each, but they are worth over $300 each. Possibly, I don't know. I would still have to do more research to confirm this. If anyone has any knowledge about English plates, English pottery, English ceramics, I would be really happy to learn more. I have found a bit of a description explaining that after 1828 the technology allowed potters to produce 2 and 3 colored transferwares. So this is called a transferware. This one is from 1835. It is a highly sought after piece in the Etruscan Feston pattern. So this is called the Etruscan Feston pattern that is on the plate. And it's apparently a very seldom found piece. Even for the most selective collectors, it's very hard to find. And that is why I'm questioning if this is the real thing. How did they oversee something like this in the store? Because they do sell higher value items, some antiques in the store, but they are separated. They are in display wardrobes, display shelves, which are closed off with a key, so you can only you have to ask someone to get to them because they are more valuable. They don't want them to be easily stolen. And somehow, I don't know how, if this is the real thing, how they overseen it and sold a set of 4 for 8 euros. So I don't know. Let me know if you know anything about this, if you have any knowledge. I guess my viewers are not really educated in this, just like I am not, but like paying 8 euros for something which might not be the thing that I thought it is, it's fine because it was very cheap still. Even if it's only a fake, which honestly it looks very accurate, especially that it has this sign. And I looked at the different photos of these vintage and antique sites which are selling these for like over 200-300 euros per piece, and it has the same stamp on the back and it has the same pattern I was comparing. They have a few different styles of the plates and sizes and all that, but maybe the one that I found for over $200 or $300 is not exactly this pattern. So maybe this pattern, I don't know, is less valuable. I don't know. I mean, not the pattern. The pattern is exactly this. It's just the side of the plate. Some of them are round, some of them are like this. That's the one that I found. So, yeah, I will do some more research, figure out how I can maybe sell some of these things, because it's not something that I would use in my kitchen. Especially if it's an antique piece, I would be too scared to use. It's not my aesthetic, but if I can maybe resell it and make a little bit of side money with it, that would be awesome. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it was informational and useful. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment down below if you know anything about the items that I showed you in my haul, if you know anything about antiques or vintage and you think that the items that I bought are genuine, or if you think they are fake or just copies of the original that I found online. Let me know what you think. How could I best sell these? Does it make sense to try Facebook Marketplace or eBay Kleinanzeigen or open an Etsy store? But that would require me to set up a whole business around this, which I might not be ready for at this point. So yeah, just somewhere where I can sell as a private person online, but genuinely and, you know, like safely. Or I might just put it up on Willhaben. Anyway, subscribe to my channel if you would like to see any other Vienna content or travel vlogs. Hope to see you at my next video. Until then, goodbye.